Hey guys, Jason Guyman here with Christmas lights, and today we're going to do a behind the scenes of some RGB. I'm here with David.
Hello.
We are on lights of Tosha, and it's a pretty cool display. It's probably one of the top 5 in the Cincinnati area that I like and my kids like. It's close to our house, so I just want to do a little bit behind the scenes. So we have all kind of pixels and stuff. And can you tell me a little bit about what makes your show special, David?
What makes it a little bit different is it is a fully synchronized show. I can individually control each bulb, and I can get it as advanced as changing each bulb between one color and 128 million different colors. So we can make it as advanced and as basic. I can have a prop be just one full color, or I can have it be multiple colors. And that's where when we get into critiquing, the songs, and we get into really sequencing out the songs, we can you know advance it and make them a little
How
bit
many
more.
pixels
Yeah.
does the Mega Tree have on it?
Megatree's got 3,520 pixels on
And how tall is it?
it. To the top of the star, we're right at 27 feet.
And we're actually talking about this tree right there. This tree right here in the background is what we're talking
Yep.
about. All right. And how many controllers do you have that runs this show?
One controller runs it all.
One controller controls this whole thing.
It does.
That's pretty crazy. And your computer runs that controller,
It does.
correct?
Yeah, it does. One controller can do just over 16,000 pixels. So I'm able to power the whole show, which is just shy of 16,000 pixels off the one controller.
16,000 pixels. Now, how much power does that cost to run for electric bill and that kind of stuff?
Very minimalistic. I don't have a comparison I could show you, but when I plug all this in, it actually all plugs into one breaker and one outlet, and it's fed by other things in my house, and it doesn't even pull more than right at 5 amps.
So 5 amps to run this whole show. That's a lot less than what the old incandescency was.
It is.
All right, let's go up here and we're going to walk around here and I'll show you some of the boxes and stuff and all that kind of stuff of where the box is and what it looks like. And all right, so we have the controller here.
This is the controller on the right side here. It's got an LCD screen right here that I can read, and I can actually manually override and control it from here. We've got our power supply here. This one's actually fed by 2 power supplies. There's one in a box directly right behind it. I got a built-in fan in case the temperature was to get too warm in here, it would kick in. But this has got 16 cords that come out of it, and those are all fed down here and run out. And those control 16 different lines throughout the whole display. So whether it's the top of the house, bottom of the house, out in the yard, arches. 4 of these are actually the tree. This is actually an open one right now. I'm only actually using 15. I got an open port down here still. But we've got our Ethernet cable that comes in right here. That's fed from inside the house. Plugs directly in right here, and then it sends out the signal to each bulb.
So that's the brain of the show,
It
basically.
It is. You can actually connect more of these controllers together. That's where I can connect here and feed them. And same thing over here. There's 3 more Ethernet connections here for either Lightorama boxes, any kind of DMX control. I can control individually stuff over here as well. So I can daisy chain a multitude of these if I really wanted to.
Okay.
But yeah, it's completely controllable here. We got little buttons here that will control the controller. I can turn it on different colors if I want. I can put it on test mode. I can even, I've got an output here that I can control and add 16 more channels there. It's Wi-Fi incapable. I control 5 volt and 12 volt on this one controller.
All right, and then how many wires does it go out to go? So we got a spaghetti kind of going here, but you said there's 16 wires coming into that
Yeah,
box.
I've got right at 15. Four are running across here for my Mega Tree.
And that goes down to the Mega Tree.
Goes down to the Mega Tree. One is running up and actually goes to the roof.
And that controls everything on the roof.
It does. And then we've got one on the right side here that controls. This is actually 1 of 2. This is 2 of 2, and that feeds over to everything on the left side of the yard. We've got the rest of the lines being that run into the yard, whether it be arches, the mini trees, letters, candy canes, and then the boxes throughout are our injection boxes. Look at one. These are just so that way I can inject more power into the show.
And this means these are 12 volt pixels or 5 volt
12
pixels.
volts.
So these are 12 volt pixels. So these are converters that are going from 120 down to 12 volts that actually pushes them out to feed the pixels. Is
Yep.
that correct?
Yep. This gives me the capabilities to actually maximize the controller, which each port on the controller can do about 1,024 pixels. It would not power 1,024 without a power injection. I might be able to get, depending on the brightness level, I might be able to get 250, 300. But I would certainly need, depending on how long of the run is, I would need to inject power somewhere out in that shell. So this gives me the capabilities of running everything off of one controller, and then just simply just putting a pretty inexpensive power supply out within the shell, and then just shooting power. You can kind of, it's a little bit of a mess, but this one right here actually feeds everything in the yard.
And it's coming from all that extension cord that you see
Yep.
there, the
I got
gray
two
one.
extension cords that are fed up. Another one up there for just, I could have fed it all off of here, but I just chose to put a little power supply there behind the tree. And these actually aren't even maxed out as well. I think I'm running 3 outputs out of these, and they just kind of run into different props wherever they're needed, and they shoot power in directly.
And then on your bulbs and your trees, how many pixels are in those to make the brightness of
There's
those?
one puck inside of those that has 9 pixels on it. They're spaced 10 feet apart, and there's a total of 20 in each tree. So I've got data fed in at the beginning. That data has a little bit of power on that side, and then on the back side, on the very, very end, I shoot power back in to kind of cover that whole line,
Right.
and inject them all in that way. It covers the whole distance. So I'm able to cover a pretty far distance with them.
And you said your tree was 30 feet?
The tree is 27 feet.
27 feet tall.
To the top of the star. 23 right there, just below the star. 32 strands, spaced 2.5 inches each. They're spaced at the bottom. The base of the tree is right at 12 feet. They're spaced 5.5 to 6 inches roughly around the base and diameter of that tree. We've got 4 power supplies underneath the tree to help just with power. And then so 110 pixels each.
All right, so how long does it take to set up your display, David?
It's an all-year operation. As far as setting up goes, I start in October, closer to Halloween. A lot of the props that you see out are out during Halloween. That way I can get them out, test them. I don't put specific props out like the snowflakes, the stars, stuff that's specific to Christmas. But the majority of it is out just to help do a Halloween show and also get it out sooner for testing and things like that.
Alrighty, that's all I got for you. I guess I hope you have a Merry Christmas. Thanks for watching. I'll put a link down here to the Facebook page of this show. That way he does put different displays up and all that kind of stuff of the show. And thanks for watching, and please subscribe.